Hello, my divine kings and queens. I'm back to do another video. The attacks that you've been going through have been against your assignment. This purpose that you have in life of what you're supposed to be doing, foundations that you're supposed to be establishing, people that you're supposed to be meeting, these levels and these milestones that you're meant to cross and be on. These people and these attacks that have been going up against you right now have been against your assignment. And the reason why I say they've been against your assignment is because you are so powerful that you are a threat to people of whom don't believe or share the same belief systems as you. There are a lot of people who know what you're meant to be doing and how powerful you are. And I always say that a lot of these people, are some are people that you don't know, but some are people that you do know. These are people from your past that have watched you grow and elevate to a certain level that they didn't expect you to be on. You know what I'm saying? And these people are intimidated and they're scared of your growth. They're scared of your potential. And I don't think that you realize that how greatly, you irritate the kingdom of Satan, how bad that you irritate these people's demons that reside within them. For a lot of you guys, you've been trying to figure out, why have these attacks been on such a level where it feels like it's trying to take you out? And that's because that's what the aim is, and what the end goal is for these attacks to be so severe to where you want to give up, to where you don't want to show up, to where it's enough to take you out. And one of the things that I always want to tell you is, no matter how many times you fail, if at first you don't succeed, continue to try again. A lot of you guys are almost there to the end of your journey and experiencing these trials and tribulations and these attacks at the hands of people who don't want you to be successful, at the hands of people who are working for other people. All these people are going up against you. All these attacks are out of, like I say, to prevent you from successfully completing your assignment. Because if you do, there's a lot of lives that you will be impacting in a positive light, in a positive manner. You are inspiring other people who've gone through what you've gone through, but you've also irritated and pissed people off, of whom have hurt you and thought that the trauma that they caused you, the pain that they caused you, the bullying, the things that they spoke over your life, the curses that they spoke over your life. Again, these are people that you know, some people that you don't know, some people that chose to pick a fight with you out of competition, out of sheer jealousy, out of hatred, out of bitterness, out of cruelty, out of personal gain. Whatever the reasonings was, which a lot of people didn't have a reason. These people are being used to go up against you, to prevent you from successfully completing your assignment. And that's impacting people's lives in a positive light, in a positive manner. What you possess on the inside and what you stand to accomplish and what you can wield that power to do is the reason why your attacks have been on a whole nother level than what other people go through in their life. Which is why I tell y'all, when I say that hashtag, my life not normal, you understand what I'm saying? It's because things that people spewed out their mouth towards you, how people thought about you, what people were willing to do just to break you down to nothing. This was to prevent you from believing in yourself, from believing in anything good happening to you or for you. And a lot of times you ask yourself, why? Why me? Why can't I just get back what I've put out? You know what I'm saying? And what you don't realize is, in the midst of the storm, and when you're in the midst of the storm, everything that can go up against you is going to go up against you. And you're going to experience it from the hands of friends group, from family group, from lovers group. You know what I'm saying? Whatever group that you're experiencing in these attacks and this negative energy is coming from, is coming on all ends. And it's always right before you're about to do something grand for your life. And it's always in the midst of you impacting other people's lives to do better, to feel better, to be better. If they can knock you down and get you out the picture, these people feel good about that. They feel good about themselves. It's almost like a sense of, get them out the way and everything else will fall in place. Knock them off they square and I'll be number one. Everybody will look to me. Everybody to come to me. Nobody will be talking about it. Nobody will be looking at it. Nobody will love them. Nobody will come back to them. It'll just be me. They'll look at me. They'll receive me. Or in knocking you down, it sends out a message. It sends out a message. See my voice right now. And knocking you down, it sends out a message to other messengers of God that y'all sitting up here wanting to believe in God and think that he's going to help you, but I can wreak all havoc and chaos up in your life, and he ain't going to come to your rescue. Furthermore, why would you worship a God who allows you to go through this level of suffering and pain and loss? See, the devil will try to play tricks on your mind, play on your top, so that you'll stop believing in what you've been believing in. But I'm going to tell you something, that'll be the biggest mistake that you make. Because God has been the only person that's been sustaining and maintaining you in the midst of all these attacks. Why you think you still got your head screwed on straight? Why you think in the midst of people wanting you in poverty, you still yet got a foundation that you can stand on? People wanted you out here crusted, rusted, and busted. And that's disgusting. Because let me tell you something, for you to want that for somebody, I don't care who you are and what you try to make or what reason you have behind that. There is no reason for that. But this is why I tell you, take everything with great stride, because people did what they were supposed to do. And now God about to work his great works in you. And in this season, this is a season of you being restored. This is a season of justice being served. Hashtag soul survivor. Hashtag I'm a fighter. Hashtag I'm a survivor. Because that's exactly what you are. It's survival of the fittest out here. You're looking at how people tried to block you off, delay you, took from you, hurt you, beat you down. Say if somebody got to group up and team up and work in packs and groups to try to take you out, imagine how powerful you must be and where you would have been if not, you didn't have to deal with these people being placed on your path. But understand something, it was meant to go this way, and you were meant to come across these people. Those delays was necessary for your growth. Those blockages was necessary to wake you up, to prepare you for what you're going to go through in the next level. New level, new devils. Everything was meant to prepare you, to make you stronger, and to make you wiser. You could have taken the easy route. It could have been easy for you. You could have had the materialistic things already, the tangible things already. But let me tell you something. Be grateful and be thankful that you went through these trials and tribulations, and that you went through these attacks, and you got the scars and the bruises to prove just that. But not only that you went through what you went through, but you were strong enough, capable enough to overcome it. Some people who ain't have their roads blocked off and been delayed like you had to experience a narcissistic, toxic, low down, low vibrational, evil, conniving, manipulative family like yours. Two-timing, two-bit thieves, friends, people who weren't your friends, people who knocked you down, kicked you when you was already down, people who wanted to know and pry into your life to try to figure out ways that they can block you, stop you. Baby, I'm trying to tell you something. You didn't go through that for no reason. No one goes this hard to hold back and keep somebody down who ain't meant to be nothing in your life. You either are too powerful to be out here impacting other people's lives, where people felt like they had to group up to take you out or to knock you down and knock you up off your pivot, off your square. You are either too powerful. They seen you doing something that they didn't want to be done. They seen you impacting people's lives. Some people in the world that we live in, I really think that everything that goes in this world is meant to distract us from the bigger picture and what's really playing out. But like I said, there's something else that's at play, that's at hand here, that you really need to focus on. And I think you've been looking at it from a different lens, and a lens that it's not supposed to be viewed. It wasn't happening to me. It was happening for me. These attacks wasn't per se against me, because I tell you, you didn't do nothing for these people to come at you this hard. These attacks wasn't necessarily targeted for you. It was to ensure that you would not be able to complete your assignment. So you're either too powerful, that people don't like the level of influence that you have to impact people. I mean, all these people are hating you for the wrong reasons, and they're not looking at it the right way, just like you're not looking at it the right way. So I always tell you, if they're gonna let the devil use them, then let God use you. And that's exactly what he has been doing. And that's why you've been going through what you've been going through. That's why, baby, that's why these attacks been severe. When it comes to matters of heart, when it comes to matters of your career, when it comes to matters of your personal life, when it comes to matters of your gains, of your losses, of your ups, of your downs. You understand what I'm saying? Everything about your life, nothing about it was normal. Nothing about it was something of what you deserved. But what I say, you overcame it. And all roads lead back to God's will and purpose for your life. If God is for you, who can be against you? If God already knew that he had appointed you to be on this level, to be in this position, to be this leader, then you don't think that he knew these people was going to go up against you? So this is why I tell you, people can go up against you if they want. They can do whatever they feel like they big and bad enough to do. But this is what I'm telling you. They ain't going to have the same favor and protection over their life like you had over yours when they was attacking you, when these attacks boomerang and start happening and playing out in these people's lives. Because, see, the reason why you was protected and you was guided to continue to move forward is because all of this is something that God already knew was going to happen for you. It was already something that was part of the curriculum. And you being who you are. And him shaping you and molding you and who you need to be. So this is why I tell you, when people go up against you and then they see that you have the power to overcome it every time, you keep bouncing back every time. Now it's conversations that's being had, not about your abilities, not about your accomplishments, not about your intelligence, but people are having conversations about how resilient you are, how powerful you are, how strong you are. Again, this is survival of the fittest. They didn't think that you was fit to survive, at least not to get this far. So you had people toying with your life. Did what I say, playing with your life like you some test dummy. How much can they take? How many times can they be knocked down before they give up and not want to get back up? Because they know as soon as they get back up, we coming to knock them back down. You don't take things in a literal sense. You don't take it, you don't take it, like I said, in a literal sense to heart when people go up against you, because you always say, if I came across somebody like you, then evidently I was meant to come across somebody like you, right? Because there was something that I needed to learn about myself, something that I needed to take out of the situation, not going in my favor. Everything else can go in my favor. Well, why is it so hard for this to go in my favor? Or why is it so hard, or so many obstacles that's placed before me, so many blockages, so many people who don't want me to get it, don't want me to be who I'm meant to be, toying with your life behind the scenes, trying to see how much can you take before you break. But you don't never fold, and then you never break, so they never get what they want. But then they don't stop either. They continue on this fool's mission, because they say, you know what, there's going to come a time where enough is enough for them, and they are going to give up. But you never give up, because it wasn't meant for you to give up. It was meant for you to be this leader. It was meant for you to make this impact. It was meant for you to achieve great things in your life. And believe me when I say, if God has already orchestrated this to happen and already appointed you to be this person, then believe me when I tell you that your enemies don't have power over you. Their power does not supersede that of God's. So when you know that, you take that with a grain of salt. You understand what I'm saying? You continue to have this passion and this drive and this taste for life, because it's your life. It's nobody else's. Even no matter how many times or what people want for you, what's meant for you will always be for you. You understand what I'm saying? What's meant for you will always be for you, will always come your way. It will always find you. You're right where you need to be. You ain't lost. It's so much that you can be thankful and grateful for. And that is what the purpose of this message is today, is for you to know that. Don't get yourself up in a frenzy about people who are bitter and miserable with their own lives. Because that's the only reason why these people, it's like every single last one of these people know that they're not on your level. But they get intimidated because you speaking the truth. Hashtag truth speaker, truth seeker. People don't want you to speak your truth. They don't want the truth to be spoken. They don't want it to be known. On how jaded they are, how foul they are. To come up against their own child, to come up against their own kin, to come up against someone of whom, you know what I'm saying, y'all have relations, or you've co-parented, or, y'all got offspring, whatever the case may be, whatever your situation is, y'all been in business together, y'all started, All these people flipping the script and switching up on you and doing things against you, working with people who wanted to go up against you, who didn't like you. Oh my gosh. And these people not seeing the wrong in that. All these people was low vibrational. You vibrate on a whole nother level, on a whole nother frequency that people can't seem to fathom or understand. Why won't you just fall and not get back up? Because your life wasn't meant to go that way. And then there's going to come a time where I tell you, you going to get what you're meant to get. And these people who've been going up against you going to get what's coming for them. Because see, one thing, the definition of insanity is continue to do the same thing and expecting a different result. Yeah, we all learn lessons. Sometimes we repeat cycles. But no. To continuously, to make it their mission, to be obsessed, to be evil, to want this for you. Knowing who you are. And I said it. The people who've been going up against you know who you are. That's why they've been going up against you. It ain't because they don't know who you are. I don't care how people try to make you feel like you beneath them. If you was beneath people, no one goes and fights somebody this hard to embarrass them, to take from them, to hold them back, to keep them delayed. If you felt like this was somebody who was beneath you. If you felt like this was somebody who was weak. If you felt like this was somebody who wouldn't survive. You wouldn't orchestrate things to knock out the competition or to throw a monkey wrench on their path, or to defame them, to discourage them. You understand what I'm saying? You wouldn't go this hard against somebody of whom you know is beneath you, or not powerful, or not meant to be somebody big, not meant to be successful, or you don't see great things happen from some of these people. Seeing these things happening for you, and they wanted it for themselves, but they say, okay, you know what, it ain't meant for me, but if I can keep them from getting it, I feel good about myself. I don't know for how long they thought that this was going to happen, because again, what's meant for you will be for you. Yeah, it took some time. Yeah, you were set back, and you had to get yourself about a many different traps that these people set for you. But there's going to come a time where people ain't going to be able to set no more traps, because they're going to be in a trap themselves. I tell you, out here trying to dig a grave for you, and they're going to fall right up in it. Because all people had to do was just leave you alone. But again, what I tell you, these people ain't operating within themselves. They don't know what they're doing. They being used. So I say, they're going to let the devil use them, then let God use you. Because I tell you, in the midst of strong spiritual warfare, your prayer life has to be on 100. You have to get up praying. You have to constantly cleanse yourself off. Think positive, even in the midst of things not working for you. Because the minute that you give in is the minute that whatever people have been working up against you can start manifesting in your life. And that's what people want. They want to try to discourage you and get you on a vibration of where they operate at. But they ain't going to never get that, because you ain't them and they not you. Hashtag truth seeker, hashtag truth speaker, hashtag I'm a survivor. Baby, because I'm a realist. I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm not perfect. And just because I come on here and I talk about God, it's because that's what I'm talking about the person that he's been to me. I'm talking about situations I've been in, and I know I got to give that man credit. Because, some of y'all, baby, I don't know what you've been through, but I know what I've been through. And when I'm ready to talk about it, I most definitely will. I'm telling you, man, what I seen happening in 2023, how far people was willing to go, never thought in a million years that people will want that outcome for me. How hard I've worked to be this person that I am today. I didn't step on nobody's toes to get here. I didn't talk bad about nobody from the past. I wasn't even focused on nobody from the past. But I tell you all the time, when people feel like they being left behind, they start getting this idea. They start processing things in their mind that they don't need to be processing. You understand what I'm saying? Like, oh, you think you better when you ain't never said that. But evidently, that's what these people feel, because they put their mouth on you, and then you ended up proving people wrong by being the complete opposite of what they said that you are or was. But to go that far, this is why I tell you, ain't nobody perfect. This is why I don't understand why people try to demean or defame your character, or try to come for you to exploit, or do things or say things against you. But this is why I tell you, when you will never be able to understand somebody who vibrate on a low vibration, who's low vibrational. You will never be able to understand them, because y'all don't operate the same. You don't think the same. They out here want to go up against people just to be straight bullies. You out here trying to impact people's lives in a positive way so that they can overcome what these bullies have put them through. Spiritually, emotionally, physically. So when we talk about God and people want to take it in and out of context and be like, oh, you know what? Oh, you talk about God, you think you better? How? How? Evidently, God's seen something in you. He's seen something in us in order to pick us to have been on this path and been on this journey. He wouldn't put us on no path that we wasn't prepared and well equipped and capable enough of surviving and successfully completing. So when you know that and you take that in a literal sense, it's almost like these people got to be some kind of slow to want to run in packs and run in groups, to be conniving to you, to go up against you in the worst ways, rather than trying to side with you and make you their ally. They sat up here and made you public enemy number one. And that's the worst thing that these people could have done to someone as sweet, kind-hearted, thoughtful, loving as you. Because I'm going to tell you something. Half of these buffoons who went up against you was people who you broke bread with, people of whom you love from a special place up in your heart. I'm going to tell you something. The people who go up against you the hardest, and the people who go up against you and where it hurts the most is those closest to you. When people work spell work on you, it ain't never the stranger that do it, because the stranger don't know nothing about you. It's people who know you personally. They know your birthday. They know you. Y'all either connected in some type of way. Y'all either kin, you slept with them, you was close with them. Some kind of way these people had access to you. And boy, oh boy, when you left them behind. And for some, when they looked into your life and looked into your future, they made it their mission ever since then to ensure that you either would give up or not step and fulfill your purpose and have this destiny and these blessings that they seen you having. And so this is why I tell you these attacks have been up against your assignment. They've been up against your destiny to ensure that you don't be blessed, to ensure that they want you vibrating on their level. They want you to be out here screwing for money like them. They want you to be low vibrational. They want you to give up on God. They want you to stop talking about him. They want you to be dark. They want you to turn your heart black. But in some type of way, it's gotten to the point where even you are like, how am I still alive? How am I still living? How am I still pushing? How am I still thriving? How am I still surviving? Well, when you think back on your life and you look at everything that you've gone through and you see that you're overcoming it because you're still standing, you give God credit. The Messiah, Elohim, the great I am, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, my rose of Sharon, my lily of the valley, my bright and morning star. That's who I worship. That's who I believe in. That's who's been my saving grace, my light in the midst of the darkness. I ain't never said I was perfect. I ain't never said there were times where I didn't feel like I wanted. There were times I felt like I wanted to give up. Times I'm like, man, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep going through this. I wish everybody the best. But you got people who are out here wishing you the worst for reasons that are not valid reasons. People hate you because of how other people love you. But people love you because you are a lovable person. So why would people hate you for the things of which you cannot control? Wow, bro. You dealing with some people who need to be psych evaluated. I'm telling you. Because the things that people have hated you for, the things that people, have gone up against you, they don't have valid reasons for it. If someone was to ever ask them, why you don't like the collective, or why you don't like the chosen one, why you don't like this so-and-so, I don't know, I just don't like them. So they grouped up with other people who didn't have a reason not to like you. And all of these people thought that it was necessary to sit up here and run in packs and go up against you and to look in your life and not stop until you was knocked down to literally nothing. And when you're knocked down to nothing, these people process it like, oh, if enough people hurt you, you won't believe in love, because they know that love, they see you having that. They see you having a real love in your life. But if by the time this person get to you, you so heartbroken, you so out of it, you turn them away, now you've just forfeited your destiny. if they can keep you in poverty long enough, knock you down every time you come up long enough, you'll give up to where you just say, you know what, this is all I deserve. So when an opportunity presents itself, an opportunity of which you feel like you don't have the qualifications for, or you feel like you don't deserve, you'll turn it down, forfeiting your destiny. If we knock down their self-confidence and their self-love, they won't come on and be this powerful leader that I see them being, because they're going to believe that they don't have the ability to be this leader. So when the opportunity presents itself for you to take stage, for you to be on this pedestal, for you to be on this foundation that God has created for you, you're going to turn away from it. You're going to be too shy, too scared to be in the forefront, forfeiting your destiny. The attacks, baby, what I'm trying to say, have been against your assignment this whole time. The assignment is your destiny. The assignment is the purpose. The assignment is whatever it is that you're supposed to be out here doing. And when you successfully complete it and you continue to move forward and doing what you know that you're meant to do, what you're guided to do, right? When you continue to do that, you step right into your blessings. But if people can keep throwing monkey wrenches, keep attacking you, the devil can get control of your mind. You understand what I'm saying? You lose this, everything else falls. Everything else fails and crumbles. Because these people have beaten you up to the point of no return. And none of these people thought, and they're not supposed to. I'm going to be quite frank with you. None of them was supposed to sit up here and have sympathy or remorse for you. Everybody did what they were supposed to do. So thank them. Because where it's about to lead you, it's going to place you on a pedestal and on a level that they never thought that you would be on. And these people, in trying to prevent you and block you off, they're about to usher you right into the very position and levels that they didn't want you to be on. All out of jealousy, all out of not realizing that no matter what they do, no matter how many times they delay you, no matter how many times they detour you, all roads lead back to God's will for your life, God's purpose for your life. So no matter how many times, how many groups, how many people they pay, how many times they spiritually attack you, manipulate you, whatever they block off from you, however many times they get people to leave you, whatever you lose in your life, you don't never sweat. You say, look, if I came across you, it was for a reason. If you sat up here and hurt me, it was for a reason. If you sat up here and showed me your true colors, reason. And all these reasons is going to lead you, once you heal and overcome it and you understand the bigger picture, is still yet leading you to fulfill your destiny and complete your assignment. They can't stop you, is what I'm trying to tell you, is what I'm basically trying to tell you. But you already knew this. I already talked about this. But I need you to understand, which is what the purpose of this message is for you to understand that these attacks was against your assignment. So when you understand that, you know, this ain't the time to give up. This ain't the time to be weary. This is the time to continue to be the strong individual that I've been being, continue to persevere, continue to be strong, continue to understand the bigger picture of it all. I know who I am. Do you know who you are? I don't think that you do when it comes to these enemies, which is why they attacked you. None of them know who they are, which is why they look at what you got and they all wanted to say, I wanted to be that. I want to do that too. I want that like that too. I want to move forward like that too. But they can't take that from you, and they can't continue to out here be sore losers. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you're in a competition and you look at the competition and you be like, instead of me being a healthy competitor, right? I'm in my lane, you in your lane. Let's just see. Like I tell you, survival of the fittest. You know, what's meant for me will be for me. What's meant for you will be for you. No, these people look at you and like, nah, we got to knock them off the dashboard. We got to make sure that they can continue to compete or race anymore. Know that all was not in vain. It was not in vain. That pain was not in vain. Turn your pain into power. Okay? Turn your pain into power. Okay? I'm going to have to wrap this up, but turn your pain into power. I'm going to do a part 2 on this, but continue to move forward in your life, okay? Don't look at what's happening to you. Understand that it happened for you. And understand that everything of what it is these people took you through, you know, God is going to make that up for you. This is why I tell you, sit back and let him handle your lightweight. You understand what I'm saying? Because that betrayal was thick, but that karma gonna be thicker. And eventually somebody got to come to grips with their mind and with they, the way that they rationalize things and the way of thinking and processing certain things, and be like, man, they really don't deserve that. They really don't deserve this. But they know that. But then they're looking at, but if we don't stop and we don't do this, they're going to complete the assignment. So the attacks have been against ensuring, the attacks have been up against you to ensure that you wouldn't complete the assignment. But you so strong, you so resilient. I don't know why these people couldn't, if they could look into your future, they should have known that no matter what, you was going to still be this person that you're meant to be, that God ordained you to be. You wasn't going to back off and run from that, because he ain't never back off and run from you. And I'm going to tell you something, as bad as it may have been for you, and as bad as these people been messing with you and prying into your life, baby, it could have been worse if you didn't continue on this journey and do what God told you to do. Definitely people was working spell work against your life. Most definitely people was sitting up here telling people to block off finances for you. Most definitely people wanted you out here crusted and busted, because they either wanted someone to look at you a certain way. They didn't want you coming into no relationship. They didn't want nobody being with you. They ain't never wanted you to have love up in your life. They wanted you out here looking like a clown, but it's exactly who they are. Tricks is for kids, baby. If you ain't out here working at the Barnum and Bailey, I don't understand what is the purpose of you out here being a clown for free when you could at least get paid for it. This is what I'm telling you. Ain't nothing what these people did, whether working in groups or working single-handedly to sit up here and go up against you, none of it was successful. Out here trying to ensure that you wouldn't be successful, when all people had to do was just leave you alone and let you be. Like I said, you'll never understand it, but it ain't for you to understand. So like I said, it could have been worse. But like I say, God always have your back. And when God is for you, no man can stand up against you. That belief system in knowing that when I put good out, I'm going to get good back. That belief system in knowing that when God is for me, no man can stand up against me. That belief system is in knowing that everything that you've gone through is not in vain. And so everything that you've been tested, this has been a test. And testing your faith, testing your resilience, right? Testing everything about you. So when someone's trying to go up against you and block you on all levels, from every corner, no one goes this hard for somebody that wasn't meant to be somebody in their life. But God doesn't have to ask permission to turn a nobody into somebody. He'll do it without asking anybody. They couldn't block off your creativity. They couldn't, anything that these people do is never permanent. It's always temporary. But for whatever the reason, people thought if I keep causing temporary delays and temporary blockages and pauses in their life, they'll eventually give up, because they'll think or they'll perceive that we'll stop and we'll leave them alone if they forfeit their destiny and their purpose and stop doing what they're doing. But this is why I'm telling you, people will never stop, because half of these people want to be you. They want to screw you over. They don't want you to be who you're meant to be, because if you're down, they feel better about themselves because they look better. If you're out the way, they don't have to worry about competing with you. Trials and tribulations, you know we had our share. But we climbed the mountain, we crossed the river, and we're almost there. So when you know that, keep pushing forward. Believe in yourself. So half the battle is just knowing why you've been going through what you've been going through. The other half is to continue persevering and moving forward so that you can successfully complete your assignment. And seeing and knowing how many people don't want that for you, evidently you needed to wake up and realize how powerful you was and how big your assignment and how important it is to the kingdom of God. So continue to move forward. Don't let nobody knock you off your square and tell you what you can't be and who you are not. Okay? Hashtag my light shine bright. Always let your light shine bright. Never let nobody dim your light. You understand what I'm saying? But never allow your light to be dimmed. You understand what I'm saying? Like, know who you are, and when you know that, no one can tell you who you are not. So what's meant for you will always be for you. All your roads are clear. You are free to move forward. No one can stop you but you. Continue to speak your truth. Continue telling the truth. Continue being a truthful, honest person, moving with integrity. Okay? None of these people got no power. None of them had no power. And all of them knew who you was and what you were supposed to be doing in your life, which is why they knew they could not come up against you by themselves. So they all had to group up to do this against you, to continue to sit up here and go up against you. So you ain't the weak one. It seems, and what it's given is these people are weak, and they're realizing it's survival of the fittest, and you are fit because you are meant to be this person that they've been trying to block you off from being or becoming. Trials and tribulations, you know I had my share, but I climbed the mountain, I crossed the river, and I'm almost there. You're almost there. Push forward, persevere. You are strong. You're meant and capable and equipped to be doing what I'm telling you you're supposed to be doing, what you know you're supposed to be doing, what God say you're supposed to be doing. Okay? So keep doing it. Good things are happening for you. Good things are going to happen for you. They couldn't have blocked this off for you forever. They knew that, which is why they knew at a certain time, if they didn't successfully knock you out or get you to give up, there wasn't going to be any more times that these people was going to be able to come up against you. So people know what you're supposed to be stepping into and what's meant for you, but this was supposed to knock you out and get you to give up. This is why I say the attacks was against your assignment. So, and people trying to get you to give up and fold and break, it's so that they would sit back and see you forfeit your destiny and not want it because of all what you've been through. But you better take every opportunity that come your way that you know have been sent from the divine, because you know what you are deserving of in this season and what you're not going to tolerate nor settle for. All right? So these people actually shedded a light on what you don't want to deal with, the people who you don't want up in your life, people of whom in situations that you never want to be in again. So instead of sitting up here and triggering and causing you trauma, it brought you to your resting place. It brought you to a place and a space of awareness of what you don't want and what you want, who you are and who you are not. All right? So on that note, you stay prayed up and be blessed, and understand that if you need a friend, you got it in me. If you need love, you got it in me. If you need inspiration, motivation, a life example, you already know you got it in me. I'm your sister, I'm your friend. I come with that real, never that fake. I keep it 100 with you. I keep it a buck with you. Continue to reach one, teach one, bring others to the JC game. Okay, you already know I'm that shoulder that you can lean on. I'm that listening ear that you can vent to. All right? So when you know that, understand that you are never alone. You never walk alone. You never will be alone in the midst of all this chaos and warfare that you are going up against. So in the midst of the storm, know that this too shall pass, so you don't remain stagnant and stuck and dragging out this lesson. Move forward and persevere, because the dark clouds are being removed from over your life. Surely you must have known if God had this purpose for you, he wasn't going to continue to allow these bullies to cause you pain and suffering. At such a time as this is for you to know who you are and know how strong you are. Never let nobody knock you up off your pivot and off your square, because if they sat up here and deemed it worth their time to try to get you to fall down, to see your demise and see you in ruin, then you got to understand how pressed people are about your assignment, your destiny, and your purpose, and your forward progression and movement that they know that they cannot stop nor block. Because all that's coming back on these people. And mark my words when I tell you, baby, tricks is for kids. It ain't so fun when the rabbit got the gun. Because all you had to do was leave that peaceful, humble rabbit and giant to themselves and to their own devices. But people didn't want to do that. Same grave they dug for you is the one they about to fall into. Like I tell you, that betrayal was thick when you find out who all and what hands was involved. That betrayal was thick, but that karma finna be thicker. Mark my words about it. And let me tell you something, when they go through it, half of these people gonna be trying to find their way back to you to apologize for you. The other half gonna need your help. Oh boy, imagine go up against somebody in the worst ways and don't nobody else help you out. And the only person that you can think of is the person that you screwed over time and time and time and time again. The person who you laughed when they was going through they moments of demise and ruin and struggles. I always tell you, be mindful of the bridges that you burn and how you treat people, even if you don't want to deal with people. Even if you got other situations going on in your life, it ain't what you do, it's how you do it. So can't nobody sit up here and fault themselves when that mess started playing back up in their life, what they wanted to happen to you. When all that spell work started boomeranging back on their life, and now they overwhelmed because they wanted you to be burdened for foolish reasons. People did this over a man. They did this over a woman. They did this over a relationship, over a marriage that they didn't want you to have or be a part of, a family that dynamic they didn't want you to be a part of. But they don't understand that isolation always leads you to your elevation. And God's rejection is for your protection. So when people out here thinking that they doing something, they ain't doing nothing but a thing. Everybody and their mama about to realize that. Because ain't nobody hurt you. Ain't nobody set you back. You going along with the spiritual flow. You understand what this is and what it ain't. So I wouldn't want to be these people when karma come back on them, baby. Because the damage has already been done at this point. All this karma can do is probably get these people on a different path, get them to change. Maybe an apology is meant to be had. Maybe some closure is needed. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. I don't know. And people can go on about their business and go on about their merry way. But I'm telling you, boy, the damage has already been done. So they're going to have to pay for that. They're going to have to pay for that. Some of them are already paying for it. Claim your power back. Claim your destiny back. Ain't no destiny swiping over here, swapping over here. Don't even believe in that foolishness. You know what's meant for you will always be for you. And until next time, you stay prayed up and be blessed. I love y'all.